This video is entitled Standard Takeoff Toolbar Import Part. The Import Part button is identified by the icon of a document being added to a hard drive. The import function will import an item from an electronic catalog and add it to the estimate. The part that is added to the estimate will also be added to the permanent database so it can be reused at a later date. We're going to use Tracer SX for this demonstration. Before an import can be done, we must make sure that the Tracer SX is running in the background. So we have to go back to the desktop, and I click on my go back to my desktop icon, and if I look on my taskbar, I don't have Tracer SX running down here. So let's go ahead and start it and get it up on the screen. Alright, I have it up on the screen. I can minimize it at this point, and I can go back to the TRF program. Once I'm in the TRF program, I'm ready to perform my import. So I click on the Import Part button. It tells me that the Tracer link is active, but it doesn't bring the Tracer program to the front of the screen. In order to bring Tracer up to the front of the screen, I hold down my alternate key and click the tab key with my index finger until I can get to my internet browser, or whatever browser that you're using. I'm using Firefox, and once I've got Firefox highlighted, I release my tab button and my Tracer SX pops to the front of the screen. So in Tracer SX then, we're going to use the search tools to find a part that we want to add to the estimate. For this estimate, we're going to select wiring devices. Once the wiring device list pops up on the screen, I'm going to select voice data video equipment, and I'm going to click the plus in front of that so that it opens up so I can select even further down. Now I'm going to click the plus in front of 57200 VDV distribution devices. Then I'm going to add outlets, jacks, and plates. When the list is displayed, we scroll down to find the item that we want to add. For this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and add this double plate. Actually, I think I'm going to change my mind, and I'm going to add this one. So then, once I've got that selected, I can go down up to the top of the screen and click Export, and then click Link Export. This will export the item to the WinTRF program. And depending on the internet browser that you're using, you might get different windows pop up in front of you, but in Firefox we get this opening search box, and it says Open with Tracer SX Link Export. You want to say yes for that. I click OK. It tells me in my downloads that it's completed. I close that up, and I can say it gives me another message telling me that the process is being done. And if I look down on my taskbar, depending on your platform that you're using, Windows 7 and Windows XP all work a little bit differently, but you might be able to see it on your taskbar, or you can use the alternate tab button. I find that very handy because I'm a keyboard guy, so I hold down my alternate key and click my tab button and as long as my alternate key is down, this little form will remain on the screen, and I can click my index and my tab button with my index finger and move between applications. I go back to the Import Part button, and there's my part. I minimize this screen so that I can see what I want. So it's already added the part to my parts file. The DCI number for that item has been brought in as well, so that when you do future updates from Trade Service, it will update the prices. The manufacturer has been added to my database. Everything has been done for me. The only things that I need to do are add job cost and material list. So for my job cost, I'm going to go down till I find computer cable and connections, and for my material list, I'm going to click the ellipse, and I'm going to select trim, and I say OK. If I look on my material tab, I will notice that it has assigned the target price from Trade Service to my bid field. The column 3 price has been assigned to my standard material price field. So if I go and look at my labor hours, here's the area that I might have to be able to do some work. Now, either using historical information or a labor manual of some sort, you need to be able to determine what these items are. I'm going to say that this item can be installed by my technician in 10 minutes, which is 0.17 man hours. So on the standard side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to double that. And I'm going to put 0.34 on my standard size. I'm going to put a multiplier of 0.5, and all I have to do is really work in labor level 1. All the other labor levels are assigned for me. If I wanted to individually put things in here, I could do that, but in this case I'm just going to allow it to do it for me. And so I've got my labor set for my item, and I've got my job cost now. The vendor information is not critical, nor are watch list and frozen items. That neither one of those things are needed to be able to process this information. Once I finish this, I click OK. The item is brought into my estimate. I add the number of items I want, and it's added to my estimate. That concludes the standard Takeoff toolbar import part video